We booked a 5-night cruise from Hong Kong to Japan and Taiwan. We were all set, but just a few days before sailing, the itinerary changed. Originally, we were going to Naha, Keelung, and Penghu, but it was switched to Penghu, Keelung in Taiwan, and Ishigaki in Japan instead of Naha. And honestly, we didn't really have a choice but to go with it. So, is the Star Voyager cruise actually still worth your hard-earned money despite the sudden changes? Let's find out. This is our Star Voyager cruise experience. Hi everyone, we are at the Star Voyager cruise. We're gonna stay here for 5 nights and 6 days. Is Mom gonna be bored by the amenities? Am I gonna be bored? Is Dad gonna worry about the food? Is there even gonna be free Wi-Fi? Let's find out in this adventure. We boarded at Hong Kong's Ocean Terminal in Harbor City, Tsimsha-Tsui. The excitement was real. It was our first cruise as a family. Before we even boarded the ship, there was one important step. We had to surrender our passports to the cruise team. They kept it for the entire trip to handle immigration across different countries, and we only get it back at the end of the cruise when we return to Hong Kong. For cruises, no visa is required. And seeing the ship for the first time, it was unreal. It's a massive 14-deck giant that carries around 2,000 people, packed with activities, food, and so many things to explore. And just like that, our journey at sea began. This is a 15-deck cruise. The 12th floor has the main pool, the suites, the pool bar, and the vibe check, which is the arcade. The 14th floor has the Lido and the Blue Lagoon, where you can eat. The 15th floor has the adventure park, the rock wall, walk the plank, zip line, and the sky bar. The 7th floor has the Zodiac Theater, the Playbook Club, Palm Court, the Ocean Bar, and etc. What surprised us the most was the ship itself. He had pools, water slides, arcade games, and the world-class shows every single night. It ain't felt like a boat. It felt like a floating luxury hotel, just waiting to be explored. There was always something happening, food, entertainment, activities everywhere you go. And the best part, free meals on board across different restaurants. You can literally have a buffet every day, 3 times a day if you want. Actually, we're making a separate video just for the food, because each restaurant has its own story. You won't definitely go hungry on this ship. Watch out for our separate videos featuring Lido, Sophia, and the North Star, the ship's free dining restaurants. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Our first port was Penghu. We joined a paid excursion, not really knowing what to expect. But to our surprise, the tour guide speaks mostly in Chinese with very limited English.
手机拿去来仔细找一下哦，这个澎湖有名的，说来这边一定要买，一定要吃吃看哦。啊，花枝丸等等一些。
So, it became a mix of gestures, translation apps, and a pure adventure. But in the end, it turned out unforgettable. We had all-you-can-eat oysters without any additional cost. Tried hookless fishing, and experienced the laid-back island life of Penghu. We have another video about it. In Keelung, we decided to explore on our own. No tour, just us. We took a DIY trip to Taipei. MTR rides, walking, food stops. It felt like squeezing a full Taipei day into a single port stop. Fast, fun, spontaneous, and surprisingly, budget-friendly. It's like piercing the sky! Again, we'll show our full DIY experience in a separate video. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. Ishigaki was different. It felt calm, tropical, and beautiful. This time, We also didn't join a tour because Japan is very safe for tourists. We just grabbed a taxi and explored freely. Our driver was very friendly. He spoke limited English, used a translation app, and even accepted credit cards. There's a lot of activities we can do here, but right now we're gonna check out the monkey area, which is over here. Squirrel monkeys, that is. We visited Kabira Bay, Yaima Village, and Bana Park, and even Ishigaki Public Market. Short time, but packed with memories. If you want to save a lot of money, don't book the ship tour here. Just grab a taxi. We're making a video on how we did it. This is the Star Voyager Crew Water Park.
Okay. So you have to take off and take a shower first.
Then do it. When we entered our cabin, they already had the basics ready. Towels, toiletries, shampoo, and soap. Since ours was an interior room, we brought our own slippers. Just a heads up, there's no bidet, so you might want to bring a towel. For water, they provide the bottled water in a room, and you can refill at the buffet. They also restock bottled water in the fridge every day. You can't bring outside food, but small snacks are usually okay. If you need anything extra, like pillows, you can just call room service. Our cabin can also fit extra beds for the third person. Bring a universal adapter because the cabin supports different plug types. There's Wi-Fi on board, but it's not free. However, you can still access their daily guide online at no extra cost, which is very important. If your phone supports eSIM, it's better to get one that works in different countries. But it only works when the ship is at port, not at sea. When night comes, the ship completely transforms. Live shows, games, world-class performances at the Zodiac Theater, music everywhere. We love the show by Zeke Denick, World of Comedy. We even met him on the train to Taipei. Don't miss Color Your World, explosion of music, and Hong's evening shows at the Zodiac Theater. Even if you do nothing else on board, the entertainment alone makes the cruise worth it. It was like really windy basically, and I was still like very scared. I was holding on to dear life, especially at that ending part. And when I had to get off, I felt a little bit relieved, really relieved. And I said to Dad, I am not doing that again. If you're booking the Star Voyager, expect extra cost. You'll spend more if you join shore excursions or guide tours. We already paid for the cabin, but still spent extra on these. You'll also pay gratuities at the end of the trip. The exact rate depends on your departure port and cabin type. If you have questions, just email them. They usually reply within a day and give clear answers, which really helped us before the trip. Here are a few things we learned. If you want to maximize your time on board, it's best to check in early. Avoid the crowd and head straight to the buffet restaurant to eat right away. The Lido restaurant can get very busy on the first day, with long lines since all the guests are very excited and hungry after boarding. If you want to join the excursions, it's best to head straight for the front desk as soon as you board and book your activities right away. The popular excursions usually sell out early. You can also bring nice outfits if you want to join the red carpet night on the final night. This is just the beginning of our Star Voyager journey, so if you're planning a cruise or just curious about life on board, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned because this story continues one port at a time.